Okay, here we go again. This is take three?
Take 3, yeah.
Okay.
So this is take 3. We had audio troubles the first time. We went a solid 10 minutes. Then this most recent time, not sure what happened. The stream just kind of dropped and we lost it. We lost our recording software altogether. So, we'll third time's a charm, as they say. So, thank you so very much for tuning in to Never Over Live. We are live from Sacramento, California tonight. Never Over Live is your number one source for each and every WWE pay-per-views, where we provide to you instant analysis and reactions of those pay-per-views. I'm Dawson. This is Benjamin. That's our Never Over World Champion, Brad, at 67 days.
He's got that belt on really proud.
Real tight. And I would hold it as close as you could as well. Yeah. So this is
Talk a big game, boys. Talk a big game.
Please have sex with a human female.
That's not PG. Thank you for tuning into the Wrastle Recap Podcast number 6, where we will be talking about TLC. It's our Go Home edition. We'll be talking about Raw and SmackDown. Probably a little bit more SmackDown with the pay-per-view coming up this Sunday. You can find us this Sunday at on the channel here.
Right here.
Twitch.tv/NeverOverLive.
Because we're kicked off YouTube.
That we are. The pre-show will start at 7 p.m., where we'll have some banner for you, as always. We'll probably recap last year's TLC, maybe a new segment we'll do in the pre-show. Talk about the card from last year, because, my word, was it interesting. It was a debacle.
And just to see where we were last year to where we are this year.
As far as the product goes.
Baffling.
Because if you go back between now and then to see where we were at, incredibly different product. Yeah. Very, very different product.
Very.
Also, during our WWETLC pre-show, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern here on twitch.tv/NeverOverLive, we'll be accumulating and deconstructing the Never Over Live People's Championship poll results. That is your opportunity to get involved and be a part of the Never Over Live couch. We want to make you a part of the predictions process. So what we've done is we've compiled a poll. We put the TLC card together, and we've created a survey based on that. We've put that out to you guys for the opportunity to appear in our beautiful overlay. So as you can see, we have 2 Never Over Live People's Champions currently. They won at WWE Survivor Series by predicting they had a tie. I think they tied at 3.
3 or 4.
Bala had the chance to go 4-2 and be the inaugural the inaugural solo Never Over Live People's Champion, but Goldberg won somehow. So with Goldberg's win, that ended up squashing his single hold down. What are you trying to do?
Baron and Kalisto.
It's a chairs match. Just go no DQ. So we'll be running through our WWE TLC
Extreme Rules.
We'll be running through our WWE TLC predictions during this podcast, as well as running our WWE 2K17 simulation in the background. We have 1 result so far, since we tried running this podcast 3 separate times now. We've been doing the sim live. Nikki Bella beat Carmella in the sim, so that's 1.
All right, and we're just setting up for Baron Corbin versus Kalisto right now, so that's what the sim will be running in the background. But let's get to Raw and SmackDown, fellas. Let's get to the chat chit of what we do here on the podcast. Let's talk about it. So what do we think about Raw?
Fantastic.
Raw
amazing.
Wasn't bad this week.
It was great.
Raw
better than SmackDown.
Raw was definitely. This was the best
week.
Raw since the brand split, by far.
Yeah.
By a very wide margin, this was Raw's best episode. The problem with it, as Benjamin alluded to a couple times since we've restarted a few times, the problem with Raw is it's 3 hours. That's its biggest thing going against it, because I checked out probably 60 to 90 minutes in. And then it got really good.
Yeah.
Everything after that was really good. And that's too bad. It's too long, and that's unfortunate. I wish it wasn't. but we can't take that away from it because it was very, very good this week. The Raw was very good. It had a lot of good matches. We had the KO Reigns match. It was predictable. We knew Roman Reigns was going to win.
So it's Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens at Roadblock for currently the Universal Championship.
Yeah.
Whether or not the United States Championship gets introduced into this as a stipulation, that match is yet to be seen. Brad?
I'm saying this right now. I'll go on record. I'm done fighting it. I am totally on board for the Roman Reigns.
Yeah, get out of here! That's what I'm talking about. The big dog.
Yeah, I'm totally on board for the shit show that it's going to be. PG. I know it's not PG, but it's the best word I could use to describe it. The train wreck that is going to be Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens, and then when Roman wins that Universal title and has both belts.
He just said Roman's going to win the Universal title.
I'm on board, and I'm just going to enjoy the train wreck and watch it happen and watch the WWE Universe revolt. I've clearly upset Dawson with this bit of news right now.
Wow, this podcast is trash.
Shut
it off. Will this thing end again?
It may. I don't know. Our bandwidth is fluctuating. The more you dance around, the more it seems to. I don't know. It's doing all right now.
Please,
but
just fall apart.
Brad, I'm in agreement. I'm going to go on the record right now and say Roman Reigns is winning the Universal title at Roadblock. That prediction is not supposed to happen for literally 2 weeks from tonight, but I'm going on the record right now. I have Roman Reigns winning the Universal title at Roadblock.
Me too.
Lock that one in stone. So does he.
Yeah.
So that's 1-1. So
you can wait. You don't have to decide now.
Yeah. You take your time. I'm very much I'm very confident that the based big dog will get it done. The guy, Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Joey Liaki. So he's gonna do it.
Yeah, and he's gonna have both belts.
He's gonna have both belts.
Both belts.
And then it's gonna be him and Conor McGregor with both belts at WrestleMania.
Just a little correction to my stupid co-host here. It won't be 2 weeks from tonight. 2 weeks from tonight is Rogue One, a Star Wars story that we're going to. The podcast for that predictions Friday,
episode 8
will be 2 weeks. Episode 8 will be 2 weeks from tomorrow, where we will just talk about Rogue One the whole night. Spoilers, they steal the Death Star plans. So that's where we'll be at 2 weeks. Roman Reigns, I don't know who that is. Raw though, that match very predictable. Still, I don't have any. I don't know why you guys are so foolish. I don't know why you give in to the system, but you do. I feel bad for you, you stupid idiots.
Embrace the big dog.
I'm just, what's the point in fighting it? Because Vince is going to do it.
Because it's trash, and if you don't fight it, they win.
It's the big dog's yard, and we're all just toys in a maggle.
We've been fighting it for a year and a half.
So Jericho then got jumped on Raw by Seth Rollins. That was a good little bit that they had back there. Not too many...
Let's just talk about the Women's Championship match, blow Raw out, and let's get to our TLC predictions, because...
No, I want to discuss...
Roman Reigns is the only important thing that happened on Raw.
No, come on now. Like, with Raw, they set up the Seth Rollins Jericho bit, which was very good. The parking lot brawl.
I didn't expect Seth to
The Sheamus Cesaro promo with them outside the arena, sharing a beer at a pub, and then beating up quote-unquote civilians was excellent. It was a great way to solidify that partnership, because you got to think they're beelining for the New Day's titles as soon as the New Day passes that threshold.
They've only got...
It's dwindling down fast, so I really like that. Nothing brings people together more than booze. Alcohol, you get drunk, and the camaraderie goes through the roof. I thought it was was a very good promo,
well done.
Because the what's the word I'm looking for? The relatability. The relatability to that situation is very valid, so it made it very human, which is good. They don't have enough storytelling like that anymore, so that was great to see. I really enjoyed it. The Paul Heyman promo. Paul Heyman keeps raising the bar for cutting promos.
He's no Roman Reigns. point.
There's nobody that even comes close to Paul Heyman's ability to promo something, to work an angle, to cut. I'm excited for Brock Lesnar. I can't wait to see Brock Lesnar again because Brock Lesnar can be beat now. That's something that we've established. Brock Lesnar has been largely very boring because every match he went into, you knew where it was going. You knew what was going to happen. There's no surprises with him. He was going to beat the guy he was facing at a varying degree. But now he's lost, so he can lose. But Paul's broke a great promo. It's like, oh, Brock now has something to gain. He's determined now. He's motivated, and that's going to make the Rumble great. The Rumble is going to be so unpredictable this year.
That's a good point. Like I've alluded to in a previous podcast, the Rumble has been somewhat predictable. A lot of people, I think, a lot of money was on Finn Balor winning the Rumble in January.
I don't think that. I don't know anymore.
And that is exactly it.
That's been my call.
Everybody thought that was going to be the case. He was going to come back.
Soon as he got injured, and then they gave the timelines. Yeah, you're like, boom, Rumble. He'll be back
for the Rumble.
Because
and he'll get that belt back.
His rehab period ends in December.
Yeah.
So just like you get a couple of extra weeks of padding for him to really heal that shoulder up before the Rumble at the end of January.
Wow, Kalisto just beat Baron Corbin with a Selena Del Sol on a steel chair.
So there's definitely some unpredictability this year in the sense that now Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, Finn Balor, the three of them will probably all be in the Rumble. The three of them all have a very good. They all have reasons to win. If that trio of guys wins, and we're just looking at that trio. It's not even to say maybe the storylines of other guys progress, or it's like, man, this guy makes sense.
Please let Bray Wyatt win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, kind of like that. So there's a lot. Like it's Rumble looking quite a bit ahead. Couple months ahead.
Not even ahead. It's a month and a half away, pretty much.
Yeah.
Still,
January 29th.
Got a lot of pay-per-views in between then, but just like kind of glimpsing to the next brand, join brand.
Yeah. The next big four.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be good. It's going to be very good. It's going to be very entertaining.
Speaking of pay-per-views, did you have anything else to toss in there on the Rumble?
Well, yeah, because I was just wondering. I know it's like a little early for them to announce anything yet, but like, what are the stakes? Like,
of the Rumble?
It's a joint brand.
Well, that's just it. It's always been that the winner actually gets to choose.
Okay,
that's what it used to be.
I'm cool with that
back when the brands, they would make a big thing of it on Raw. They would actually have the superstar come to Raw and pick what championship they wanted to go for.
Could you imagine Finn coming back and deciding to go for the world
against AJ?
AJ.
Well, that's kind of it though. That's kind of the thing. Like in the past, this is where I'm a little bit confused because in the past, the big belt was the World Heavyweight Championship belt, and get that out of your nose. And the B belt was the WWE Championship belt. Yeah. So every time the guy who won the Rumble, he would go on to face the World Heavyweight Champion. He would every time. Yep, pretty much.
No, he would choose.
Yes, but he always chose the World Heavyweight title. He always
chose the big belt.
This guy who came in second, the last guy eliminated would be the WWE Champion
or his respective brand. Because it always came down to one from each brand, and then they would end up being the respective number one contenders essentially, or they would do it because it usually went Rumble, and then Raw had, I forget what pay-per-view Raw had between the Rumble and WrestleMania, but SmackDown had No Way Out, and No Way Out usually determined the number one contender for the WWE Championship going into WrestleMania. So yeah, this time around it should be more interesting. Will it be they go after their respective brands championship? Will it be they get the choice? And the same question could be asked about Money in the Bank next July, about whether or not there's two individual ladder matches, or if there's one where they pool 4v4 and the winner then gets is it a dual brand Money in the Bank championship? Yes. Is it their respective brand?
I think a dual branding
gives them a lot more creative backdoors.
Yeah, you can try different things. Like you can shoot. Depending on who wins, you don't have to stick to that show.
Exactly.
Is Money in the Bank a guaranteed pay-per-view for 2017?
Oh, absolutely.
Why? Money in the Bank used to be a WrestleMania.
Well, that's exactly why I think Money in the Bank is a guaranteed pay-per-view for 2017, because I think creative needs Money in the Bank more than the superstars do.
No, you miss.
Money
in the Bank.
The Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania
used to be in WrestleMania when they had the two brands together.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, do they wash away that pay-per-view, move that gimmick back into Mania?
Well, they were doing the SmackDown and the Raw Money in the Bank matches too. After the fact, they were having two for a while.
Yeah, because I think Money in the Bank.
There was the red briefcase and the blue briefcase, so they did have the two at the same time.
So maybe that's the way they go.
So I'll be interested. Yeah, I'll be interested to see what happens with Money in the Bank. Back to the Rumble. Yeah, it does create a lot more creative variables that could be put into play, because if. Like,
do they get an opportunity at the belt? Do one of the belts go into the Rumble? Because Daniel Bryan kind of slipped up on that.
Daniel Bryan did allude to the fact that they're
maybe a belt on the line.
Goldberg could win the belt at the Rumble.
Yes,
that's what the implication was. And whose belt would it be? Would it be Roman's, or would it be AJ's?
Yeah. So who do they see as which belt do they think is the big title?
Universal. They've already said that the Universal title is supposed to be bigger than the World Heavyweight title.
What do you think?
I think the WWE World Championship is the biggest title in that company right now.
Yeah, that's.
Well, no, I know
from their perspective, I think they probably see the Universal title as the big one.
I would say
they're Raw.
The
more
WWE
World Champion.
Is
that one.
And I've said this before. It's the man makes the belt.
Yeah.
And AJ makes the belt. Kevin Owens is doing great things at the start to legitimize the belt. And I will say this, it is a bit of a detriment that Finn got hurt.
Yeah.
It took all the wind out of the sail of the Universal Championship.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's recouped since.
No.
Until Finn gets that belt back, that belt is not anyone else's. As much as I love Kevin Owens on his own, I don't think that's his championship. And it doesn't feel right while he has it. It doesn't feel made. The belt's not made yet.
Yeah.
Well, because he was given the title, right? Like, that's what they chose who they wanted to win. And
I feel like they wanted an NXT guy to have that belt. So when Finn got hurt, they went to the next guy.
Best NXT guy.
NXT guy that they had.
And I think, and this is why, I'll say this now, this is why I want Roman to win the belt at Roadblock.
Because then you can have a face win it off of him.
A, that. B, that's a good B point. I think we all know that Roman's going to be the face anyway of the company for the next X amount of years.
Yeah.
If he gets that belt, I think it'll make the belt more. You've seen, like, when I go back now and I see pictures of him at that WWE World Championship, it looks right. It looks like that belt was made for him. And I think once he gets that Universal Championship, as bad as Roman is on the mic, and as bad as they've botched his character...
He's getting better.
Yeah, he is getting better. I thought his mic work on Raw was good.
Yes, Monday he was
he'll
really
never be the face.
When he gets that Universal Championship, that, like, between him and Finn, I think the belt will be made.
No.
Does
no
he,
chance.
When he wins the belt, does he carry it to Mania and then drop it? Or do you think he loses it before Mania?
He'll lose it at Mania.
Yeah.
And I think, well, I really hope he doesn't carry it behind his back like he does the United States
guaranteed he will.
That is the worst thing.
Unless for whatever reason, the creatives, like, we're done fighting it, we're going to turn you heel. Like, win the Universal...
I want him to win it dirty.
Win that Universal title, and Monday night you come out with both of them flung over your back, and you just act like a prick. The belts.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
God, I hope Kevin Owens just tears off that vest.
That'd be a great angle.
Yeah, just for whatever reason, just rip it off.
Yeah. Maybe they because if that let's say that match for the Universal Championship, I would have loved to see that match be a trilogy match. If Roman lose, like, I think they could do a great three, the two of them.
Yeah,
I could see them doing 3 matches, and I think it'd be good. I see steam coming out of your ears, man.
Roman can't perform.
He's great in ring.
He is average at best.
The Superman punch is terrible, but he's good in ring.
It depends on who he's working with.
So he's comparable to Seth Rollins. You think his ability in the ring's like Seth Rollins? He's like a Dolph Ziggler. His ability in ring is compared like
I'd put him up there with Ziggler.
Maybe with Ziggler, but with Seth.
Oh no,
that's you're discrediting hard a Seth Rollins type when you think like there's no like Seth is probably the best in ring ability they have. One of the best. AJ Styles and Seth are probably the two best in the ring guys they have. Seth is, come on.
I don't think Sami Zayn's got a proper chance.
Sami Zayn could, but he's too flippy almost. He seems almost too cruiserweighty.
I don't think that. I think you're under. Like I want you to think.
You're overestimating. You're
not because
you are buying what the WWE is trying to sell. They are trying to sell a guy who doesn't have it.
He does.
No.
I think he's got it.
No chance.
I'm starting to believe.
Okay, so you think he's going to be the face of this business?
I'm starting to believe that. Yeah.
You think he's going to? So you think Roman Reigns is the next John Cena?
No.
Whether we like it or
That's
not.
That's what you're saying. The next face of this business is
we
not
like
AJ Styles. It's Roman Reigns.
It's totally for the guys like us. It'll be AJ Styles.
In 10 years, 10-15 years, when they do WrestleMania 40 or WrestleMania 45,
Roman
and
Reigns
they
will be
have
at the main event.
Old man Hulk Hogan in the ring dying, and they have Stone Cold Steve Austin in the ring, and they have The Rock in the ring, and they have John Cena in the ring. Big old Roman Reigns at 45-50 is going to be in the ring too, and they're going to be like, man, this guy, this is the big guy. Like, he carried us through a generation. Like, Roman Reigns was the guy. Roman Reigns is not the guy. He is nowhere near the same popularity Cena had at WrestleMania like 20 and 21.
That's because we got the Cena story for WrestleMania 2021. They decided for whatever reason that would work with Roman Reigns again. They thought that taking that and doing it with Roman would work, and it didn't. But they haven't stopped, and they're not going to stop.
No, they're going to keep shoving him down our throats. Yeah. We're going to keep rejecting it until he becomes irrelevant. Until they accept the fact, wow, this isn't working. Then he'll finally become irrelevant. Then he'll become interesting.
But he won't become heel until... Okay, so let's get this.
I don't care about face or heel.
No. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to wait till his current number one fan base, excluding moms, are going to mature enough, and then they're going to wait till they start turning on Roman Reigns. Because once this mass populace of about 2 to 3 million 10, 11-year-olds starts to be like, yeah, Roman Reigns is boring because I'm beginning to develop the contrarian opinion, that is when they will turn Roman Reigns heel to make him cool to keep him over. And they will swap him. He's not heel face because it'll keep him over. He is over.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, we'll just
He's not over with your audience.
He's
over with their audience. That's all that matters. So that's why he'll stay at the top.
He's not though. He's
Jesus.
like,
that's
what
fantastic.
do you mean he's over with the? He shows up and he's booed.
He's their top merch seller.
He's one of their top merch sellers, but he's not the top. He's one of the top guys.
Despite all the garbage he is in the ring, and he's still one of the top merch sellers. Riddle me that. Why is he one of the top merch sellers?
There is a group of people that like him, but it's like in the same... Okay, so by that logic, then I can expect Enzo and Cass to become the face of the business because they move product. Yeah. Like, it's going out of style.
New Day's been doing it.
So, like, those guys are also people... No.
Well, New Day have the belt for a terrible reason, but... Yeah. Brad, you got something?
I don't think Roman will be the face of the company. I honestly think that is, and is going to be
John
Finn.
Cena. Oh, okay.
Because from what I heard about Finn is...
He's too old.
He is too old.
He is older, but Vince, he's a good-looking dude. He's got a good build. He may not be a big, massive man like Vince likes.
Yeah.
But Vince really likes the fact that he's Irish. Because he wants somebody to be a champion that has roots back to the McMahon's Irish heritage. So, I think Vince was gonna be behind a long Finn push, and you can make Finn a face, which the business needs more like faces in contention for belts, because it's like
Don't want to overdo it, but yeah.
No, like you don't know.
They have AJ as a heel main champion, even though he's over as hell.
Dean is the face, but I don't think people are.
I wouldn't trust Dean with a world championship anymore.
Yeah, I mean KO is a heel.
Yeah.
Seth is a tweener at best.
Yeah.
Same with Jericho.
As soon as they flip that switch, though, I think Seth, I think, is one of their better shots at being the next face, I think, of the business. I think he's got a better shot than Finn. Finn doesn't fit the mold. He's not big enough, and they like the big guys. I know what you're saying, though. I can appreciate that. Like, the rumors going around that he likes the whole Irish, like, roots thing.
That makes sense.
It does make sense because he's old school, like Vince is old school like that. But I don't know. Largely, I don't think the next Cena is here yet. I don't think we see the next.
I don't think.
I don't think we have him. If we do, he's like a Baron Corbin type at best, where he's lower card on the rise. But I don't think. I don't think we have our guy yet.
Maybe we got to stop looking for the next Cena and just let guys be the first them.
Yeah, and that's kind of it. Like, I think he'll still be the next Cena because the next, like, Cena was the next Rock.
Who was the next Hogan.
Exactly. So those guys come along. I just don't think they have that person yet. They may actually.
I would agree with that.
They could. Yeah. They have that guy in the business potentially. We just don't know who it is yet.
Do you think it could have been Roman Reigns?
It could have been. Oh, I think so. Just as easy, it could have been Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
I think it could have been Daniel Bryan.
It was Daniel Bryan.
Maybe that's why Finn's the next guy.
Yeah.
Because they were going to make Daniel Bryan the next guy, and his size, like, he doesn't fit the mold.
No.
So maybe Finn's the next guy. Like, the next guy, the next Cena, the next Rock, the next Hogan could be in the business now. We just don't know who it is yet. Yeah. We don't. Nobody has started to just wave after wave of support crowding around that guy and say, this is our guy, and push him to the top and make him over as hell. I don't think it's there yet. I think they keep trying to push guys, and I don't think they can carry the weight. I don't think they can carry, for one reason or another, they just can't carry it. Like, I shit on Roman, but there's just, like, Roman's very good in certain ways, and I think he needs to be taken down a peg, rebuilt a bit, and repackaged and sent out again as something, not so much repackaged in the sense that his gimmick changes, but he needs to, like, move down to go up further.
Yeah.
So, but, like, the clock's ticking on him, he's, like, 31 or 32, so it's like you take a couple years to do that, he's in his mid-30s, all of a sudden, that's not your guy anymore. So, I think they really gotta, like, the guy moving forward has to be, like, late 20s.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. No, Cody Rhodes is even 30 or 31.
No, we don't know who he is yet. You can't even name names because we don't know who he is.
You can speculate, like, it's fine to, but we just, I don't think there's a clear guy yet, and someone has to take the reins.
I think we got to pivot topics.
We do, for sure. We got very sidetracked from talking about Raw to talking about the Rumble due to the Heyman promo to talking about Roadblock to talking about Roman Reigns to talking about who's the next face. So the last topic I'd like to touch on about Raw's night, unless we have something else.
No, I just got two other things that are not Raw related.
Okay, so with Raw, the Women's Championship match was awesome. It was excellent. It was one of the best matches of the year. That match was just far and wide great. Charlotte continues to make the case that she will be one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. If not the greatest. Yeah.
Dawson and I went back. We were watching WrestleMania 32.
Yeah.
We rewatched it piece by piece over the last little while. And we made point to pay special attention to the triple threat women's match between Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch for the inaugural WWE Women's Championship. And it's clear now. Not only were they grooming Charlotte for success, she took it.
Yeah.
She took it herself.
Plus, she's just, her in-ring ability, her mic ability, it's all top-notch. Like, it's all top tier.
And it's evolutionary.
Yeah, the moves she does, and, like, some of the spots, the moonsault spot, beautiful moonsault.
One of the best moonsaults.
So low risk.
Yeah.
So low risk. She always overshoots it, but you don't see it that way. Like when you're watching live, but she always overshoots it. She had a spot off the announcer's table on the top of the ramp, down to Sasha, like onto the pavement, overshot it, like spun almost a 450 backwards, and landed on her knees. It was just her legs, and it's like perfect. There's no risk there at all. The risk comes in your launch.
Yeah. Or Sasha not being able to catch.
Not even. She lands on her feet. If Sasha's not there, then that's fine. Like her moves are brilliant because they're so low risk, but they're impactful. Even natural selection, like it's a simple move. It's kind of just a sweep. It's got that RKO kind of style where it can come out of nowhere. It's good. It's a good move. Like, could it be better? Could it be more impactful? Sure, but like Charlotte is like. Don't get me wrong. Sasha's the champion. Charlotte's the best.
Yeah.
Sasha's champion for 2 weeks until Roadblock.
Yeah. Oh my word! They have to bring validity to that match or the title.
I think that match.
The title
gets DQ by Nia Jax.
Think so?
Something's got to happen. That match can't be a straight up and one.
Yeah,
one and done.
It cannot. It's just something's got to be done with the title. The title is
because every pay-per-view they make a note to say that Charlotte has been undefeated in the last 13 pay-per-views or whatever it is.
So
right?
She's got to win, and they're not gonna sell that out to a retention. They're not gonna throw that out to a retention at all. No. She's got to.
That's the next mythical thing I think they're going to start working towards a bit.
Which, if that's pay-per-view wins, like, she could rack up 100.
Yeah.
Which is insanity.
Yeah.
That will blow out The Undertaker's undefeated WrestleMania streak. If Charlotte can get a pay-per-view, like...
12 pay-per-views in a year, right?
Yeah.
So, in a year and a half, just under 2 years, she's already at that 20-0 state, right? So, it's going to take no time to do it. So, no, the women's... The women's championship, the women's division is in good hands with Charlotte. When I say that, it's kind of funny because Sasha's the champ.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 things. We have a new number 1 contender for the NXT Championship, Samoa Joe's NXT Championship, and it's not Shinsuke Nakamura. Do you guys know who it is?
No.
I don't know who this is. Is it Bobby Roode?
Would you like to know who it is?
Yeah.
So they hosted a tournament across 2 episodes of NXT.
I'm on board with that one.
Just quick little note. He was on commentary for 205 Live. He was fantastic. Him, Corey Graves, Mauro Ranallo.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It was unreal. So they had a tournament. 4 men advanced into a fatal 4-way elimination. Those 4 men were Austin Aries, Adrian Samas, Bobby Roode, and Ty Dillinger.
Oh.
I'm between Bobby Roode and Austin Aries here.
Yeah, I think they were in the bottom 3.
But not the winner?
The winner...
Who's the winner, man?
Bobby Roode.
Oh. Bobby Roode!
Bobby Roode is the number 1 contender and will probably face Samoa Joe at NXT San Antonio, which is Royal Rumble weekend.
Boy.
Because there's rumors that, well, it would play just perfect if Ty Dillinger was in the Royal Rumble and came out in number 10.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That would be so good.
That's pretty good.
Whether or not they bring him out at 10.
Oh my god, he'd be so over because the 10 is so over.
Yeah,
the 10 is so over. It's not even funny.
Oh man, that'd be great. So you had 2 things. You had the NXT, and then what was the other thing you want to...
Elimination Chambers returning in 2017.
Oh, we were talking about that this week.
Yeah, we were just talking about that
this week.
The pay-per-view is coming back for 2017. They're not quite sure when. It's going to be in Phoenix, Arizona.
That's all right. I'm cool with that.
So, yeah, we will get Elimination Chamber.
That's great.
Which is kind of cool. There will be 2 Elimination Chamber matches that night, probably. Think about it. Raw and SmackDown.
But then I
don't think it takes away the allure. If you have 2 different rosters same night, and then that's
but it's not that. It's the amount of brand connected. Then all of a sudden you're looking at 2 Money in the Bank with 2 of them, and
that's a good point.
Elimination Chamber. So I don't know how they're going to work that out. But that's
a really good point.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea though.
Maybe they do scrap the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Something.
who knows? But yeah, no, that's great. Elimination Chamber being back, that's really cool. So, yeah, if you're just tuning in, this is our Never Over Wrastle Recap podcast number 6. So we're just talking about the business. We just finished with talking about Raw. We're going to transition now into talking about TLC because it's time to get down to our predictions. We've been running the sim in the background.
So the sim's out of the 6 matches on the card, the sim has completed 4. The sim in the Carmella versus Nikki Bella no disqualification match, the sim has Nikki Bella winning. In the Baron Corbin Kalisto chairs match, it has Kalisto winning. In the Intercontinental Championship ladder match, it has Dolph Ziggler regaining the Intercontinental Championship. And for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship tables match, the simulation has Becky Lynch retaining her title. We're about to run the Tag Team Championship match. In lieu of Rhino, we tossed Kane in there because I don't know, man.
This guarantees a victory for Kane.
This does guarantee a victory for Kane because Kane has had a disgusting hot streak thus far.
Yeah. Kane never loses.
Somehow.
It's weird.
I don't understand why. So, we ready to go or what?
Yeah, man.
Are you ready to get to it? Of course, if you're just tuning in for the first time, on Sunday we will be doing our live viewing party of TLC. Our pre-show will start at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Right here.
You can find it right here on twitch.tv/neveroverlive. So, Brad, you're the champ. Please take it away. What are your picks? What are the wrong predictions for TLC? People, don't put any money on the picks so Brad makes.
Just to clarify what we're doing here.
Considering I've been champion for 67 days.
A lot of luck in the last couple.
Just to clarify what we're doing here, since we are new to Twitch a little bit, we do have a bit of an establishment over on YouTube, but we had to come here. What the 3 of us do is we try and predict the upcoming pay-per-view, and the person who can correctly predict the most matches gets to carry around the prestigious Never Over World Championship. Currently, the champion is Brad, who won the championship way back at Raw exclusive pay-per-view Clash of Champions. If anyone remembers that abysmal pay-per-view, Brad has managed to somehow squeak by and retain the Never Over World Championship by successfully getting most predictions right. In lieu of that, we've also began the Never Over People's Championship, which is a poll, a survey of sorts that you at home can participate in, fill out, and become the Never Over People's Championship. We put the card out to you guys, just like we do, just like we try and predict. It's an opportunity for you guys to be a part of our couch, be a part of the overlay. Currently, we have 2 champions. They were crowned at WWE Survivor Series, but it's an opportunity for you to earn your name in our Twitch overlays for now. So, an opportunity for you guys.
Brad,
without further ado,
please.
Let's hear Brad go on his little tangent here.
So, Nikki versus Carmella in a no DQ match. Nikki
Bella over Carmella. I always find that weird. Nikki Bella over Carmella. Mm-hmm. All right.
Next.
What do you got next, Brad?
Baron Corbin versus Kalisto.
Mm-hmm.
Baron Corbin.
Okay. Next.
Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title in a ladders match. I have The Miz.
Okay.
In the Women's Championship, Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss in a tables match.
Mm-hmm.
I have Alexa Bliss.
Okay.
I think she's hit that point.
We'll get to that in a second. Next prediction, Monkey.
Okay. So for Brandy versus #Slino.
Brandy. Go on.
They're going to give Bray some gold. Or some silver, technically. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton will win the tag team championships.
And last but not least.
This is a wash. We know who it is.
AJ.
Write the name down, Monkey.
AJ versus Dean in a tables, ladders, chair match.
All right. Let's start with, since Rebo Ebo...
Well,
AJ.
Okay.
Since Rebo Ebo has also jumped onto... Let's open with that match. Rebo Ebo is going with Carmella.
Really?
Yeah, he says it right there.
Yeah.
Boo. Going with Carmella. As seen over there in the Twitch chat, right down over there.
I see him there, yeah. Okay.
So we may as well, let's start there then. So, Brad,
we'll do ours next.
I thought that was a great segue. We'll interact with the community here. So Brad had Nikki Bella. The Sim had Nikki Bella. Dawson has
Carmella.
I also have Carmella.
Really?
Yep.
Sure do, Brad.
Let's talk about it. Let's chat about it.
Why?
Why?
She is dead. The crowd hates her. Why would you give her a win?
What better way to
Over
actually
Nikki Bella.
make her valid than give Carmella a win and put her over Nikki Bella?
She did cut a great heel promo.
Yep.
She
blew out Big Match John.
She blew out Big Match John. She blew out Nikki's big blown balloon, busty boobies.
Bella Twins.
So I think that Carmella has the opportunity to further establish herself as a huge heel. Get a lot of heat when she does a chintzy, dirty win in a no DQ match. Nikki Bella has the opportunity, to beat her up hard in a no DQ match. But Carmella is a heel.
Yeah, here's the thing with Carmella and Nikki Bella is the fact that Carmella has, no wins in recent memory. None. She doesn't win at this pay-per-view. She's, you're destroying her.
Yeah.
Nikki can take a loss, and it's just a blip on the radar. Nikki's a 50-50 wins-loss wrestler. Carmella's been, blown out largely.
Yeah.
So this is a necessary, I think, point where you can put Carmella, actually give her some heat, give her some validity, and to do that with the superstar, you need them to get a win. A
huge superstar, because Nikki's been over since she came back from injury.
Exactly. So to get a superstar valid, to give her some worth, they need to give her a win, and that's how they do it. You got to give her a win. You got to give her some validity, and the way you do it is by having her get put over by Nikki Bella. So
I agree.
That's kind of what I'm thinking there. So that's why I'm thinking Carmella. I think it's time for Carmella to finally pick up a win, and this is a good time to do it.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. So what do you guys want to go with next here? Tag team title match. Currently, no, I may as well pick something that the Sim's on. Baron Corbin versus Kalisto. The Sim has Kalisto. Brad has Baron Corbin. Dawson has...
This one, I'm largely torn on. And I'm not sure which way this one's going to go.
Okay, before you do this, I'm just going to write mine in.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go Baron Corbin as well.
Yeah, it's going to be Baron Corbin.
They're crazy enough with the lower card guys. They do wacky things that don't make sense.
Yeah, it's true.
A la Kane still picking up wins.
Kane has been undefeated since the draft. I'm sure.
No, he picked up a loss.
Did you go tornado tag for this or what?
A couple weeks ago.
I did Extreme Rules.
So I don't. I don't know. The lower card is always kind of volatile. But Baron Corbin's the guy going forward. He's got to be. Baron Corbin's value is there.
Yeah.
If they're not going to capitalize on it, it's just foolish. So, to have Kalisto, a guy who's not going to be relevant, he's never going to be top tier, don't have Baron Corbin lose to him. Don't.
I agree.
Creative. It's so foolish.
Yeah.
It's so foolish if you have him lose to Kalisto, who is a long-term jobber.
Yep. I agree. Who will get...
Sorry, Lucha Underground.
No, he'll head over to 205 Live where he deserves to be. So
who did we had a Sim just finish up a match
Arbreo beat
Arbreo.
So they are the new tag champions according to the Sim. Let's move on to that one next.
Let's talk about that one. Benjamin, who did you have for that? Because so far we got two Arbreos, Brad and the Sim, both with Arbreo. Benjamin, who do you have for that tag match? The awkward silence is filled with Benjamin still racking his brain over who should win that match.
This one is the hardest one for me. Slino.
Wow.
Let the record show, please, that days ago, I picked Slino first. I also have Slino. I also have Heath Slater and Rhino.
Do I have a marker on my face?
No, I don't think so.
I could not recall who you picked. I could not recall who you picked. I thought you went Arbreo or you were pulling some swerve or something, but I don't know. I think, in all honesty,
we're going to see an RKO, and it's going to be on to Mr. Wyatt.
It's either going to be an RKO and a Bray Wyatt, or Luke Harper is going to frig it up somehow.
Yeah, there was some tension on SmackDown with Luke Harper and Randy. I think the Viper...
But Luke Harper came out to help at the end against American Alpha.
But he didn't help them.
But he
distracted.
They were also saying too, like, who was it? JBL, was it JBL or who was it? Maybe Otunga. Someone was saying, like, no, who was it? I can't recall.
Tom Phillips, probably.
Tom Phillips. But he
get the point.
He was mentioning something about, like, oh, he's a snake, so you got to look out. They've been alluding to it a bit, and we know it's going to break down.
The Miz said it on Talking Smack.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Mike Mizanin
said it on
Talking Smack. I think this is where it falls apart. I don't think their creative's too stupid, so I think they're going to have it fall apart. Randy will betray, or Luke Harper will interfere and beat up Randy. Maybe Luke Harper breaks from the Wyatt family. That'd be kind of neat.
That's what I'm thinking happens.
So, but I think the Wyatt family breaks down a little bit. I think Heath Slater and Rhino pick up the win and make for a very easy opportunity, easy pickings for American Alpha to finally become the champions they so rightfully deserve. Then they can feud with the Revival, and SmackDown's tag team division can get some validity. We good there? Do you have anything else to say? I think you're still largely torn.
No, I'm pretty secure with it. It honestly came down to Luke Harper.
What I chose, yeah.
Luke Harper. The more I thought about Luke Harper,
following the future champ's footsteps.
The more I love Bray
following
Wyatt,
the champ,
and I want to see him get a win so bad. But I don't think putting the tag belt on Bray Wyatt's a smart move.
I don't think so either.
I think that he is a top of the card kind of guy, and I hope he gets involved in that when AJ beats Dean Ambrose for the world title.
Yeah, I might as well just write in AJ for me as well. That's a no-brainer.
Guys, AJ's gonna fight the Taker next.
I don't think so.
No, he's gonna fight
Shawn Michaels.
No, he's gonna fight James Ellsworth next because James Ellsworth has a title opportunity.
I honestly, there's too many variables at play there, and I don't want to get caught up on Taker and and Shawn Michaels, and then as much of a good of a match it could be, I'm gonna hang off on it. Let's go IC ladder match. Brad has the Miz, the 2K simulation as Dolph Ziggler. Dawson has
the Miz, Mike Mizanin.
I also have the Miz.
That was kind of a no-brainer. The IC title's been jumbled around a little too often in the past little bit.
So's the Raw's Women's Championship.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Like they just ruined
This is what's gonna happen.
The validity of it.
Go on, Brad.
Miz retains. That kills the Miz and Dolph feud.
For good, yeah.
For good. Baron Corbin steps in for the IC title. Dolph moves up to World Heavyweight title.
No.
Since he's a face and AJ's a heel.
Dolph had his chance at SummerSlam. Remember? You don't, because it was bad.
Doesn't matter. So, yeah, he got a shot at it. Doesn't mean they can't give him another one. They put him in that picture.
He lost. He lost twice.
I don't know.
And if Dolph loses in an Intercontinental Championship match, he does not deserve a World Championship match at all.
Yeah. It's tough to say. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Dolph moving forward. I don't mind the idea of Baron Corbin moving into that title picture. I think
have him join the Y family.
Baron Corbin and the Miz feud a bit, I think, is a good idea. So, yeah, I don't know. The theme for this pay-per-view for me is finality. It seems like a lot of.
Because the Nikki Bella Carmella feud's finally going to come to an end.
It's coming to an end.
The
Baron Corbin, Kalisto, whatever that's been, is coming to an end.
The IC
Miz,
ladder match.
Ziggler,
There are 5 feuds out of the 6 matches finally coming to an end, and it's going to be so refreshing.
Yeah. The tag match, the finality of it is the partnership of the Wyatt family, I think. That's the theme there. Yeah. So, of the card, the finality is kind of the...
Which is kind of fitting, considering it's SmackDown's last
pay-per-view of the year.
Exactly.
Yeah. So no, it's going to definitely be neat, and it's going to be fun moving forward, what's going to happen. So, without further ado, our last match here to predict.
This isn't going to be good. Brad picked Alexa Bliss. The 2K Sim picked Becky Lynch. Dawson picks
Alexa Bliss.
And I also have Alexa Bliss, which gives Dawson and I the exact same predictions.
Oh, slobber knocker.
Brad, you're going to get blown out. You won't be champion past Sunday.
I love it.
I don't know. Would we cut the belt down the middle?
It'd be vacated.
What is?
It's got to be something.
We got to figure out something here.
Or you could do a one-on-one 2K17 match.
No, piss on that idea.
Dawson's not confident in that at all.
What would be a good way to decide the tiebreaker?
Do you have any one that you want to switch?
But don't switch for the sake of trying to be different.
No, I there's one that I may want to switch on.
I don't know.
Do we want to?
Okay, I do have one match that I'm back and forth on.
I have one match as well that I think I'm going to switch my prediction.
Well, let's do a quick we didn't talk about SmackDown all that much.
No, we didn't.
Let's just do a quick.
We'll go to SmackDown. We'll talk about SmackDown. We'll touch on SmackDown because we're pushing 53 minutes here.
Yeah, you two quietly think about. I'd laugh if it's both of you. It's the same match.
No, I don't think so. I think Benjamin's torn on the tag match, and I'm stuck on the Baron Corbin Kalisto match.
Okay, I'm not stuck on the tag match, but we're not stuck in the same match.
Nikki Bella and Carmella?
No.
The women's title.
No.
The IC? What's left? The IC between The Miz and Ziggler. Okay, being torn on that one. That's fine. I'm not going to change anything. That's the one you're torn on. SmackDown was, again, top notch. It was really good. It was very entertaining, short and sweet. The Carmella promo was good. The Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch stuff was...
It was so, yeah.
It was cliche.
Right. Yeah, it was cliche. It was alright, though. Like
Becky dropping the B-bomb, though.
Yeah, not PG at all.
No, that was alright. I thought American Alpha and Arbreo put on a heck of a match.
Yeah.
Heck of a match.
It's really good to see that out of American Alpha. To know that they can do the main event. Like, they're not too green to it. Like, they can...
I liked their attitude going into it, where it's like, we're going to blow them out of the water. It's like, yeah, you guys are going to... You keep this kind of attitude. You keep bringing your ability to be great in the ring, but also have a little bit of arrogance about you. Like, it's going to make you an interesting face team.
Yeah.
When you're a little bit arrogant, a little bit cocky, like, I think that's what you need, and I think that would bode very well for them. So, no, that was a pretty good match. The AJ, Dean, James Ellsworth stuff.
Holy God.
Yeah, that Styles clash was disgusting on so many levels.
I didn't know what was happening at first.
I didn't either.
I thought Ellsworth was taking the splash on the stairs.
So did I, and I was like, wow, that's a bad place to take a Styles clash on, is right on those stairs. Like, he's going to get seriously... Oh, God, they jumped off the stairs.
Yeah.
Which somehow made it worse.
From the way the Styles clash looks, there's no way to protect yourself.
No, very little.
And that's, I mean, he dropped at least a good, 10 inches?
Yeah, it was, he dropped a couple, he dropped probably a foot.
If you roll through fast enough, if you roll fast enough, I think you can save a lot of it.
Well, like the thing about it I found was the breaking down the actual execution of the moves itself. It seemed like AJ's front landed like this first, so that would have been Ellsworth's legs first. So his knees would have hit first, so he largely would have been all right. Then for his actual like torso and chest,
but it looked like his face clipped those stairs. I don't think it did though. You
got to remember, AJ takes his legs around the guy's shoulders. So AJ's knees take the blow there. So it's a high impact move, but I think it's a safe move. Just that distance, that's so close to the steps where it kind of looks like Ellsworth clipped his head. I don't think he did either, but it looked like kind of looked like he did. Very, very interesting match. Sorry, not a match, but just a spot. The Ellsworth stuff has to end.
Yeah,
has to end.
Tired.
They have to find some kind of resolution with it because it's
stale.
It's garbage.
Yeah, they got to find a different way to keep James Ellsworth relevant because they're doing what creative does. They oversaturate you with, hey, something's working.
New Day.
Heath Slater.
Heath Slater's a better example. New Day is not a good example.
The only
New
reason
Day is still quite over.
I feel like New Day is going to get buried once they lose that tag title.
Yeah, I can see it.
Because there's 3 teams right now that could use like that attention of going after the tag titles.
Club, Cesaro, and Sheamus.
Enzo and Cass. Well, Enzo and Cass don't really need it, but if they're in the picture, but I think there's going to be a big Cass Rusev feud going soon.
Yeah, gonna happen.
Yeah. So now, largely, I think wrestling this week, the WWE, pretty good. Raw and SmackDown were pretty good. Talking Smack, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen any of SmackDown, should check out SmackDown. If you only have 20 minutes to spare, watch Talking Smack because it was excellent. Oh man, The Miz was the co-host with Renee Young, where he was taking over for Daniel Bryan. He took Renee Young's seat, and he was not The Miz. He was Mike Mizanin, and that was kind of the gimmick he rolled with the entire night. And he was biased at times, as you'd expect, but some at points very objective. Like when Dolph was on, gave his dues to Dolph Ziggler. So it was kind of the Mike Mizanin gimmick was very interesting.
That was it. That's exactly what it was. It was a gimmick. And he invested so fast in a gimmick he may never do again.
Yeah.
Which I pointed this out on Hot Tag. Very interesting to note that Shane and Daniel Bryan both not there.
Yeah.
On a go-home edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. I'm not sure what the deal was there.
Actually, Stephanie also wasn't on Raw.
Weird.
And that made Raw good, I guess.
Maybe there was enough outcry from, at least for Daniel Bryan and Shane, where they said that the show was going to be all about the wrestlers, not about the authority figures.
Maybe.
Because I know that had been, especially King Ross, has been making a very strong point about that.
What culture plug there?
Yeah. So
it was
and 205 Live
was fine.
Seems to be just
Rich Swann won.
Rich Swann is the new championship, which I don't get. If you were gonna give it to a new champion, why didn't you give it to Kalisto at Survivor Series to justify this 205 Live?
Gotta give people a reason to tune in 205 Live,
and
gotta give people a reason to tune in next week.
Yeah. Reports were
you had to conclude the Corbin-Kalisto feud.
Yeah,
you couldn't leave that storyline open. They don't leave any storylines open. Looking at you, Triple H, they don't do that. Yeah. They don't leave storylines open, so they had to close it.
According to reports, at least half of the arena had left after SmackDown was done.
I'm going Ziggler.
And if you noticed, they dimmed the lights for the outer bowl, so that you couldn't see.
Security pushed people up to the front too.
Yeah, so everybody kind of got pushed down to around the ring, and then they blacked out the upper bowls in the arena.
For the cruiserweights?
For 205 Live, so that you couldn't see that there wasn't as many people in the arena anymore.
So the cruiserweights are somewhere on Mondays for Raw.
And then they
have to book it over to wherever SmackDown is for Tuesdays.
Yeah. I don't know why they just wouldn't have it in Florida.
Wow.
And do it just on Tuesday nights. That's what I figured they were going to do. It should not be a part of the main show. They could tell great stories exclusively on the network to an audience at the tune of 1.7, 1.8 million people.
Yeah.
Have that just strictly on demand.
Yeah.
It'd be fine.
And it's basically an NXT format. I think we're gonna get like 3 matches and a couple of promos every night.
But that's all you can do. It's all you can do in an hour.
Yeah.
I thought 205 Live was fine. It exceeded my expectations. I did not expect it to be good. Like I said in Hot Tag, Rich Swann won me over. Wasn't sold on his stuff, but the pre-match package that he had was really good. Actually had him cut a promo, and he sounded authentic. He sounded genuine. He didn't sound scripted. And same in the post-match promo, the dedication to his mom. He didn't sound scripted. That's good. That won me over. That's what made Rich Swann win me over. He does the dancey gimmick things because he's lived a terrible life. It's in spite of all the negativity he's faced. He just tries to have a good time for the people, and that won me over, sincerely. So, I'm behind Rich Swann being the Cruiserweight Champion, and I hope he has a great career.
So. His next contender will probably be Cedric Alexander.
That'd be cool.
Tony Nese
needs that belt.
Yeah.
Adrian Neville.
Yeah.
Would also be
where
cool.
have you been, Neville, for the last couple of months?
I don't know. They're canceling Superstars, so he'll have no career.
Yeah.
And get a paycheck for it.
You boys mind if I talk about why I've...
Please.
So I've made my switch to differ Dawson and I have opted to rescind my selection of The Miz for Dolph Ziggler for 2 reasons. Reason number 1. I believe that there is potentially something bigger in play for The Miz. The Miz, at this point, is bigger than the Intercontinental Championship. And I think what this does is this makes it better for Baron Corbin to take out Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, but they've wrestled before, too.
Barely.
When Baron Corbin came up, that's all he did was fight Dolph.
They can do it again, I suppose. For the IC title.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens fought forever.
Yeah, so I think that The Miz is bigger than the Intercontinental Championship, which is a lot to say given the fact that... Oh, I gave my 2 reasons.
Oh, it was...
Reason number 1 was The Miz is bigger than the IC title.
Baron Corbin.
Reason number 2 was that it makes better sense, and it doesn't squander The Miz if he loses to Dolph Ziggler, because he's already lost to Dolph Ziggler. Like, The Miz can stay hot with a loss to Dolph Ziggler. I don't think The Miz can stay hot with a loss to Baron Corbin.
Is that because Corbin is less of a wrestler than...
I think it's because Corbin has much more in the tank than Dolph Ziggler. And so, if Corbin were to beat The Miz, that really establishes Baron Corbin over The Miz. If Corbin beats Dolph Ziggler for the IC title, still establishes Baron Corbin over Dolph Ziggler, who can probably take that loss. Mm-hmm. It would take too much away from The Miz to lose to Baron Corbin. And I think that The Miz is bigger than the Intercontinental Championship right now. He's better than it. He should be in that main card picture. Because what happens after Dean Ambrose?
Bray Wyatt.
Well, yeah.
No, man,
keep up.
Because he's going to win the tag champions.
No, Brad, yeah, cuck.
Wow. Not PG, probably.
They wouldn't have put Bray and Randy in that position if they weren't going to let them win.
Yeah, they probably would have.
They do a lot of dumb things.
It makes you just think maybe they just might.
This is the same creative that had the Brian Kendrick lose at Survivor Series to lose
to Rich Swann
9 days later against Rich Swann when they could have solved all of the
to make TJ Perkins win an entire tournament and then lose it in his first real feud. This is also the creative team that has booked Charlotte and Sasha's championship swap fest.
That's true.
For the last 3 months. I think
maybe that's the same creative that's going to have the IC title just be a transitional belt as well.
I think The Miz has earned more than the Intercontinental Championship, and I think that starts this Sunday. Whether Daniel Bryan is involved or not, I think The Miz is moving on to greener pastures after this Sunday. Because it was too easy. If this felt too easy. Like, Brad, did you think this was easy? Did you think this was easy to book? Because you got some different ones than we do. You got Nikki Bella, and you got Arbreo.
Yep.
Arbreo makes that's a good bet. That's a good bet. Nikki Bella, also a safe bet. Safe bet because it's Nikki Bella. So it would probably feel pretty easy, right? The Arbreo would feel easy because Randy and Bray were the sole survivors at Survivor Series and everything like that. They have their reasons, and they wouldn't have pushed them this far, right?
Yeah.
And plus, Heath Slater and Rhino are done.
Yeah, I find they're cool.
They're overdone,
yeah.
Yeah. I'd say they lose the belts the next Tuesday on SmackDown, but to American Alpha probably, but safe bet, safe choice there. But you found this easy.
For the most part, yeah.
You found
my biggest one was the women's championship
match. Really?
Yeah. That was the hardest one. That was the hardest one for me because I feel like Becky is the better wrestler, better performer, but Alexa has gotten so hot and so good, and
she's really hot.
The heat that she she's so hot. I'm talking hot as in getting over with the crowd and stuff. She is a very, very good looking woman too.
Yes.
But she's just propelled herself up within the last 2 months that I think they could be okay, let's give you a shot.
Like I'm saying,
Becky will still give you
well because Becky, like I said, I've said this before. Becky's a great challenger. Because Becky is relentless and she's good to overcome the odds. She's great in that role. Alexa with a championship, just imagine what she's going to say with a microphone.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great. Her in-ring work is 6, 7s.
Scoreboard drops mic.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, but she will murder every other diva
on the mic. Women's
wrestler. Oh.
Yeah.
That's bad.
We can do a late edit. I can edit this because it's not on YouTube yet. She will torch Raw or SmackDown every women's wrestler with that microphone.
Yeah.
So I don't think that that's why. And you ultimately picked Alexa Bliss for that reason.
Yeah.
How did you find this hard to book?
I found it pretty easy, but I went against conventional though for the most part.
But points can be made. Because Brad could probably agree with some of your a lot of your points.
The toughest match to book was Baron Corbin and Kalisto for me. The rest were pretty cut and dry for where I think they're going to move to next. Carmella over Nikki Bella seemed pretty obvious to me because you need Carmella to pick up a substantial win to actually make her relevant. Because if Carmella loses, then Carmella's a nobody. She's like Alicia Fox. That's the territory she falls into.
Where's Naomi?
Nobody cares. That's, I think, who's Alexa Bliss's next target will be. Naomi. I think that's probably what they're rolling towards.
Becky Lynch goes away for a while, maybe.
Becky Lynch and Natalya.
Yeah.
I think
that's already happened.
I think it's happening.
I think it's already happened.
Heath Slater and Rhino pick up a win to lose Tuesday to American Alpha.
Yeah.
Just solely so Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt could blow up the Wyatt family.
What if... when Bray and Randy win the tag championships, there's Slater and Rhino break up. Do you think Heath Slater could go to the IC? Go to that mid card? Take a run at that?
Yeah, I think so.
Heath Slater.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
he could stick around.
I think they could get a good two months of story out of it where he's like what he was doing when he was trying to get his contract, right?
Yeah,
just kind of hunt after that.
I need this job.
Yeah.
That's fair.
to hunt after that title.
He can reheat what's made him over in the first place.
Yeah.
Because he can't really do it.
The Miz could be like...
He's a better challenger than a champion.
Yeah. And The Miz could be like, you are dumb, your family's dumb.
Yeah.
So we got our picks.
And lastly, the Sim picks AJ Styles.
So we got...
Could you imagine if Dean wins?
Slino... Goldberg won, man. Anything's possible. Slino, Arbreo, Carmella, Nikki Bella, Baron Corbin, Kalisto, Ziggler, Miz, Ziggler, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, and then 4 of a kind for the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Yeah.
To find out how this all goes down, you have to watch us this Sunday. You do.
Right here?
It's right
live
here.
on Twitch.
Twitch.tv/NeverOverLive. If you're watching this on YouTube. Over there. Right over there. On Twitch.tv/NeverOverLive. As well, if you're watching this on YouTube, fill out the Never Over Live People's Championship poll in the description of this video for your opportunity. Let's argue with you about who you think is going to win at TLC. Let's do it, because that poll will be closing during our pre-show that begins at 7 p.m. Eastern here/over on twitch.tv/NeverOverLive. Make sure you also follow us on Twitter at NeverOverLive. I never get sick of saying that, NeverOverLive. I can say it a hell of a lot better than I can say 205 Live.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right
sure
now.
could.
Oh my. That wraps up for me.
That does it for us.
Got anything to add?
That's...
Thank you so much for joining us on this a little extra cooked there. A little well done edition of the Wrastle Recap podcast.
It was a good one.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys. See you Sunday.
See you Sunday.